away, Dylan Harris did just run in for a touchdown and make it 7-0 Bears with 6:52 left in this first quarter. The Bears had a pretty good drive right there.
Yeah, you couldn't script a better start to this football game for the Bears. You go out, you win the toss, you elect to receive the kick, and you take that kick and you go about 5 minutes and 10 seconds for a touchdown drive. Chris Hill, that's got to make him pretty happy over there.
Absolutely. That's what they want to see. Drive in and drive out every single time. Just eat that clock up and just shove it down their throats. That touchdown was brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. For the kickoff, it's going to be Brian Gonzalez for the Bears. Back deep is number 1, Caleb Cunningham. It's going to be a squib kick from Gonzalez, and it's picked up by the Lions, and he falls forward to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice catch right there by the upback on the Searcy Lions return team. If that ball hits the ground, that's going to take a pretty dangerous bounce. But he was able to get under that and make a pretty nice catch.
Absolutely. I'm really interested to see what this defense is going to do tonight. You know, they came off a pretty rough performance last week. I hope to see them bounce back right here and really bow their neck and get a stop on this first drive. Going up the middle, he breaks a tackle, goes all the way up to the 56-yard line. That carry was by number 22, D.D. Johnson. Again, D.D. Johnson, he is special, and he showed it last week and all last fall.
Yeah, very talented football player that the Bears are going to have to key on this game and help keep him contained if they hope to win here tonight.
Strickland takes the snap, throws it out right to the D.D. Johnson, who's met in the backfield by a Bears defender.
What a tackle right there by Josiah Rainey. Has the big man D.D. Johnson in the open field. He comes up, makes a big hit, stops him right there in his tracks, put the Lions in a 2nd and long.
That was a really good hit by Rainey, and unfortunately D.D. Johnson seems to still be on the ground. Yeah, that would look like a stinger. I hope it's just a stinger and he can come back from this.
Yeah, you hope that's a minor injury. You never want to see, especially this early in the game, you never want to see any of these kids get hurt, especially the star player. We'll hope that Mr. D.D. Johnson is able to walk this one off. But, man, that was a big stop right there for Josiah Rainey. Your offense gets the ball first. They go down and score, and then Searcy gets the ball very first play. They rip off a 30-yard run. And that is good to see. D.D. Johnson does get up and limp away. Appears to be something lower body. We'll hope that's not too serious. But that was a great tackle right there by Josiah Rainey to get your defense back on schedule here in the offense in 2nd and long.
Absolutely. Strickland takes the snap, fakes it to the running back over the middle, and it's tipped up by a Bears defender. Dylan Harris right there sticks his hands up and gets one of his big paws on the ball.
Yeah, we got some fresh faces out there on this defense tonight. One of them being number 33, Dylan Harris, was actually lined up at cornerback on that play.
That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Lions. 3rd down and about 11. Strickland takes a snap. He's looking left, over the middle, and it's right through the hands of a receiver. Right to the hands of Wade Moore. He had his hands on it, but he just couldn't haul it in. That looked like it was going to be enough for 1st down. Fortunate for the Bears that he dropped that pass.
Yeah, he was open. That was really a pretty good ball that just goes right through the receiver's hands. If he catches that, he's definitely got a 1st down, maybe more. But instead, it's going to be 4th and long, and the Lions are going to have to punt. Great first series by the Bears defense.
The Lions look to send out the punting unit.
Bears are in punt safe, no one back deep.
The punt is away. Looks like a decent punt, and it hits at about the 15-yard line, and it takes a good roll for the Lions right there and gets stopped right at about the 2-yard line. That punt worked exactly the way the Lions wanted it to right there.
Yeah, I think Chris Hill has taken a very fundamental approach to this week's practice. Right there, you saw the Bears. They were in punt safe, no one even back to return, and as soon as the ball was kicked, the entire punt team, they're running off the field. We don't want any chance of anyone running into that punt and giving Searcy Lions a chance to recover it and give them a cheap drive. So it looks like Chris Hill really wants to get down to basic football here. We want to get back to protecting the ball, making sure we're doing the little things right, and the big things will fall in place.
Absolutely. That's probably the right mindset to have, because it's just been little mistakes that have been killing them the past 2 weeks. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, and he runs into a man. Looks to get about 2-3 yards on that play.
Yeah, good tough run right there to get the ball out of the shadow of your own goalposts. Going to put them in a second and medium, but most importantly gives them a little room to operate. Little injury update. It does look like D.D. Johnson is getting some ankle tape, and looks like he will try to re-enter this football game. So that's good to see.
I'm glad to see it, and I know that Zach Clark, the head coach, is glad to see it as well. Up the middle for about a 5-yard gain right there. That was a good run. That was a good run by Dylan Harris.
Yeah, very nice hole opened up there by the Sylvan Hills offensive line. And again, that's what they need to get back to. That's their strength, that senior offensive line. We've got to be able to stick to this running game and really allow them to wear down an opponent's defensive line throughout the game.
Tyner looking to the sideline for some direction from Coach Hill. Tyner takes a snap, hands it up the middle to Harris, and he breaks a tackle and gets run into by a Lions defender right there. Harris got popped right there. That was a good tackle by Nicholas Gray right there.
Yeah, he was able to shake off the first tackle, runs through that one, and then number 17, the safety, comes up and lays the wood to him, is able to get him down, but not before he picks up enough yardage for a Sylvan Hills first down.
That's still going to be a medicine shop first down for Sylvan Hills right there. Tyner takes a snap, hands it up the middle to Harris, who breaks a couple tackles and gets all the way up to about the 25-yard line.
You can't say enough about the tough running of Dylan Harris.
He's just their workhorse. Just keep handing him the ball, and he's going to keep getting you 3-5 yards a gain, if not more.
Yeah, just puts his head down, low pad level, and just really finishes through contact. He's an impressive player. Fun to watch.
Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself. He's running right. He cuts it up, gets about another 5 yards on that carry, which is going to move those sticks. And that first down is brought to you by Medicine Shop.
Yeah, nice run by Tyner there. He can be real dangerous on the edge when he's able to get there, and he showed it there. Once he is able to break the line of scrimmage, he can be pretty dangerous with his feet.
This drive is looking just about like their first drive. They're just getting chunk yardage right here and just eating up that clock.
Right, just stringing together first downs, one play at a time.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it up the middle to Harris, who gets about another 5 yards right there, and that's going to make it second and medium. Just seems like 5-yard carry after 5-yard carry for the Bears offense right now.
Yeah, and, we'll take that all night, right? Coach Chris Hill, if you're going to give him 5 yards on that play, he's not going to go away from it, that's for sure.
It's hard to go away from it when Dylan Harris has showed he is just a sure thing.
Yeah, and he doesn't wear down. He's a workhorse in every facet of that word.
Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side, cuts it up, breaks a couple tackles. He finally gets taken down after getting a first down for the Bears right there, and that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. That's just a good run by Gavin Tyner.
Yeah, great run by Tyner. He was actually met at the line of scrimmage, but he breaks a couple tackles and turns that into a very nice gain and another first down for the Bears. Offense has looked really good to start this football game. Very crisp, very clean handoffs.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who cuts it left. He's still breaking tackles, carrying defenders all the way up for about a 12-yard gain right there, and that's going to be another first down for the Bears. Dylan Harris just carrying defenders.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can't fault that man's effort. You know, he's not going to go down on the first contact. He's not going to go down on the second contact. You better get 3, 4, 5 defenders to the ball when Dylan Harris is carrying it. Because, I mean, he's a man running with bad intentions and is not looking to go down easy.
Absolutely. That first down was brought to you by the Medicine Shop, and they're starting this first down off at the 45-yard line. Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side, gets met at the line of scrimmage, and falls forward for about a 3-yard gain right there.
Yeah, and early on, man, it looks like the Bears have really taken a fundamental approach to this football game. You know, we haven't seen really any of the speed sweeps, no triple options just yet. You know, it's all been handoffs to Dylan Harris or keepers for Tyner. You know, and I think, you know, if you look back at the last 2 losses for Sylvan Hills, a lot of it has been due to turnovers. And so, you know, if they can take care of this football tonight, it'll be interesting to see how this game turns out.
Tyner takes a snap, fakes a handoff, and is looking deep. He's going to scramble. He's going to take it to the right side, and he breaks a tackle. Finally gets taken down at about the 32-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Bears. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Just as I say, as Chris Hill is looking to keep this one simple, we're going to run play action, roll out pass, but Tyner, he's shows his seniority there. He didn't have anyone open downfield. Rather than force it, he tucks that ball away and picks up a nice gain to pick up that first down and keep these chains moving.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris, who finally cuts it up, and he's got all sorts of room, and he's going to get, and he fumbles the ball, but falls on top of it. I believe it looked to me that Dylan Harris fell on top of it, but it is signaled the other way, and it's going to be Searcy's ball. Searcy fell on top of it at about the 15-yard line. That's just unfortunate for Dylan Harris. He was carrying defenders, and somebody finally just shoved his hand on that ball and punched it out.
Yeah, that's not something you see from the senior very often. I believe that's his first fumble on the year, and he actually loses the first time he puts it on the ground. But nonetheless, you know, the Bears still got that 7-0 lead. It's important for this defense to not lay down, you know, sudden change. You've got to come out, put this fire out for your offense, and get them the ball back.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Johnson. Johnson moves the ball up forward for about an 8-yard gain right there. That was a good gain. That was a good gain by D.D. Johnson. It was a good run.
Yeah, it's good to see D.D. Johnson back on the field. He is favoring that left leg ever so slightly, but nonetheless, he's back out there.
Strickland takes the snap, throws it to number 1, and it's caught for another 8-yard gain, and that's going to be a first down for the Searcy Lions, and that first down's brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, that was a pretty good-looking ball there from Strickland. Just a quick slant. He put that ball right on the money. Nice tight spiral. Good quick release.
That was Caleb Cunningham on the catch. Strickland, empty backfield, takes the snap, looking deep, throws it out to Johnson, and he just barely overthrows an open D.D. Johnson. D.D. Johnson was looking to catch that at about midfield, and nobody was going to stop him. But that's going to be the end of our first quarter. We will be back with more Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Thank you for choosing your local hometown pharmacy. I'm Chrissy Barr, owner and pharmacist of the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, where you're not just a number, you're part of the family, even your pets. Here at the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, we offer several services to assist you with your daily prescription needs. We offer Med Sync for easy refills, Dispill packaging for those taking multiple meds and for kids taking meds at school, and of course all of this with no long lines or wait times. You can have your prescription filled while you wait. Come see us at the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, located at 3836 John F. Cave Boulevard, or call us at 758-1010 to speak with a pharmacist about your personalized needs.
Welcome back, football fans. We are back for the second quarter of play on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. That was a good first quarter. The Bears lead it 1-0 to start the second quarter.
We're going by baseball scores tonight. I like it.
Oh my gosh, and it's D.D. Johnson had all sorts of room right there and takes it all the way up across the midfield all the way over to the 38-yard line. That was just a good run by D.D. Johnson.
Yeah, he had all sorts of room over there on the right side, and he showed the speed. That's a good job right there by Billings, taking a nice pursuit angle, making him cut back and able to bring him down.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson up the middle, who falls forward for about a 3-yard gain right there. That's a pretty good stop, and that's going to be a second and about 7. That's what you want to see from this defense. They need to bow their neck and really try to get in the face of this offensive line. Strickland takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Hands it off to D.D. Johnson, who goes up the left side and falls forward for about a 4-yard gain right there, and that's going to bring up third and about 4.
3rd and 4, you're likely in 4-down territory. So the Bears here, you got to come up with a stop, and then you got to get ready to come up with another one on 4th down because it's likely a situation they're going to go for it.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson, who's hit in the backfield by his own offensive lineman. He gets met in the backfield by number 8, and he's brought down. Number 8, Zion Mansfield with the tackle. That was just a great tackle to bring up 4th down.
I believe that's number 9, Pete Overton, on the tackle. But nonetheless, it's going to bring up a 4th and short. This would be a huge stop if the Bears can bow their neck and get off the field here.
The Lions are going to elect to go for it, it looks like. D.D. Johnson still in the backfield. Strickland takes the snap, and he's looking over to the right side, and he throws it to number 1, and it's caught on a quick slant right there, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Lions right there. Caleb Cunningham with the catch.
Yeah, that's the 3rd or 4th time already that we've seen him run that quick slant to big number 1, Caleb Cunningham, and I got to be honest, it's looked pretty good to start out this game. I mean, he's a big target out there, and Strickland has been throwing a nice ball early on.
Absolutely. And it looks like he's got a good set of hands on him because I haven't seen him drop one yet. So be looking to see that played later on in the game. Strickland takes the snap. He's looking right, and he throws it deep. And it's just over the head of D.D. Johnson. He couldn't get under that ball.
Yeah, the Bears have actually, Cleo Penn got him matched up one-on-one with D.D. Johnson on that one. Looks like the Bears have tried to play a little matchup tonight. We've seen Dylan Harris matched up one-on-one with Caleb Cunningham, and that time Cleo Penn was following D.D. Johnson out of the backfield. So it looks like Chris Hill is trying to match a little athleticism here and try and slow down the Sylvan Hills offense by just, putting player on player, best on best, right?
That's what you have to do when you have an electric player like D.D. Johnson on the other side of the ball. D.D. Johnson with the carry up the middle, who gets a little room, splits some defenders, and ends up getting about 9 yards right there, it looks like. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 1.
Yeah, Johnson's a little shaken up on that one as well. Looks like maybe a couple Bear defenders fell on that ankle that he injured in the first quarter. And it looks like we are going to get an official injury timeout.
It's going to be an injury timeout. There's 9 minutes and 29 seconds left in this second quarter. I'm hoping that D.D. Johnson didn't hurt himself too bad right there.
Yeah, I got to hope that's nothing serious, maybe just a sprained ankle or something. But nonetheless, he's got to come out for this one, this next play here on this 3rd and short.
This is a good time for this defense to work something together, maybe run a stunt or do something, because if I was going to guess, with D.D. Johnson out of the ball game, I'm guessing that they're going to try to pass it right here, probably to Caleb Cunningham.
Yeah, that's a good point. This would be a great opportunity to maybe, run a stunt up front, maybe bring some pressure from the backers. But what you've got to do is you got to make sure you can't lose Caleb Cunningham.
Strickland takes the snap, keeps it himself, and he gets about 4 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 1st down for the Lions, and it's going to move the sticks. It's now going to be 1st and goal now with the ball at the 10-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Lions right there. Strickland called for the snap, and everybody moved, but the ball just didn't come back. That's going to back him up 5 yards and leave him at a 1st and 15 now at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, everyone moved but the center on that one. And that's a huge break for the Bears right there. With it being 1st and goal, now you got to back up 1st and goal from the 15. We'll see if the Bears can't come up with a stop here.
I want to remind you guys to tune in to our halftime show brought to you by Akel's Carpet One.
Got a conversation going on between the officials. Not sure what they're trying to work out here. Well, it looks like Chris Hill's going to get an explanation.
And that's going that left enough time for D.D. Johnson to come back out there and replace his replacement.
I just got word that the clock didn't stop properly after that last play. They're going to add some time to the clock here.
So that's going to put 8:55 left on the clock for the second quarter. Strickland takes the snap, looking right over to Caleb Cunningham, who's just still breaking tackles and finally gets brought down at about the 3-yard line. Again, just a quick slant over the middle, and he made the most of it.
Man, Cleo Penn was just a few inches away from picking that ball off and taking it the other direction. Just off of his fingertips, and a great concentration right there by Caleb Cunningham to bring that one in and drag a couple of defenders with him inside the 5-yard line. Lions come out in the wild lion package,
D.D.
if you will.
Johnson takes the snap, and he's in for the touchdown. That touchdown's brought to you by Dio Venucci with Cornerstone Home Lending. Yep, they came out there in that wild lion package, as you just said, and D.D. Johnson took the snap, and I mean, it's going to be hard to stop him when he's taking the snap directly like that.
Yeah, but you got to go back to the Dylan Harris fumble, set that drive up for the Lions. And coming into the game, one of the keys for the Bears was to take care of the football. And you see it right there. You put the ball on the ground, Searcy's able to take advantage, and they're going to tie this game up pending his kick.
The Lions' kick is up, and it is good, and that's going to tie the ball game at 7-7 with 8 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in this second quarter. No, just like you said, they've got the turnover bug. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm more than positive that Chris Hill has probably worked on that all week this week, holding on to that football and not turning the ball over. It's unfortunate that was the senior Dylan Harris who gave that one up right there, and that was his first time giving the ball up. But let's just see if they can't get it corrected and try to move forward.
Yeah, man, turnovers can get kind of infectious, man, and it becomes a mental game. You see a teammate fumble, you all of a sudden might start coughing it up. It's just an interesting thing that the Bears are really going to have to focus on and make sure that they prioritize taking care of the football.
Robert Armitage is on to do this kickoff for the Lions. Back deep is Colin Billings and Cleo Penn.
But if you're the Bears offensively, you don't get away from what you've been doing. The running game has been working fantastic. Dylan Harris, outside of the fumble, he's played a very nice game thus far.
Absolutely.
Look for them to get back to much of the same.
Armitage kicks it. Cleo Penn catches it about the 10-yard line. He's going to take it left. He's going on the right side now. Tiptoes and gets all the way up to about the 35-yard line. That's going to put the Bears in good starting field position right here. It was a good return. Looked like about a 20-yard return right there.
Yeah, nice return for Penn. And anytime he gets the ball in his hand, you kind of hold your breath, right, waiting for something amazing to happen. He's been, quite the electric football player here early on.
Absolutely. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Titus Stout up the middle, who breaks a couple tackles and falls forward for about a 4-yard gain right there. Seems Titus Stout has been put into the game in replace of Dylan Harris right here.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this offense, right? Dylan Harris, maybe, you want to sit him for a couple minutes, let him think about that fumble. You've got Mr. 30 32, Titus Stout, waiting to come into the game and give you a very good look at running back as well.
Tyner takes the ball, keeps it himself on the left side, bowls over a man, and falls forward for a good 5-yard gain. And that's going to bring up a first down for the Bears right here. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. That was just a good run by Tyner. He really lowered his shoulder on that one.
Yeah, it's exciting to see this Bears offense has come out with a little bit of an attitude to them tonight. And you saw it right there with the leader, Gavin Tyner, just bowling over a defender to pick up those extra 5 yards, get that first down.
Really trying to set the tone. Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself again on the left side. He finds a little bit of room, and he hits the ground pretty hard right there, but at least after a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, you can give it on one play, you're going to take it the next. Tyner definitely got his back on that one. That was a very nice tackle right there by number 8 for the Searcy Lions.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Bears at about the 45-yard line. Tyner takes the snap, hands it up the middle to Titus Stout, who gets hit at about the line of scrimmage. Finally gets taken down after a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. Third and 3 here, so let's see what Chris Hill elects to do.
Yeah, we'll see if he's in 2-down territory. This play call will be interesting.
Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side, and gets enough for the first down after a good 6-yard gain. That was a good decision by Tyner to keep. I think that was designed for Tyner to keep that ball right there, as all the backs are blocking on the right side. And that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, and that was an emphasis Chris Hill had for his football team this week, as the backfield's got to block better for the ones carrying the ball. If you don't have the football, you've got to go block someone. And you see some new faces out there on offense, and that apparently is the reason. Chris Hill likes the blocking out of the backs he's got tonight, maybe better than some we've seen earlier in the season.
Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Thompson. Thompson on the left side, who has some room, and he's on the left side all the way up to about the 20-yard line. That was a good run. That was a good run by Joseph Thompson. He found a seam and just cut it up, and sure enough, got a good gain out of it.
Yeah, I mean, the sophomore talent out of the backfield is just an embarrassment of riches for the Bears, right? Between Cleo Penn, Colin Billings, Josiah Rainey, and now Joseph Thompson. Just an impressive stable of wingbacks they have here at Sylvan Hills, and he really showed the speed once he got the corner there. Cleo Penn's not the only home run hitter on this roster. Joseph Thompson with a very nice run there. We are going to get a timeout, Searcy here.
Timeout Searcy. That's going to leave Searcy with both teams with 2 timeouts apiece. There's about 5 minutes left in this second quarter. This game is going by fast. Chris Hill is just pounding the ball, and it's really eating up this clock. And it feels like I just blinked my eyes, and we're almost done with the first half.
Yeah, very quick first half going by here. We're about 38 minutes from start to where we are now. And if you're Searcy, I believe you're going to call a timeout here just to kind of give your defense a breather. You want to check with them. Before they try and make this goal line stand, just give them a quick break. Make sure you got your ducks in a row, because ultimately you want to come up with a stop here and get this ball back for your offense.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap, keeps it himself on the left side, cuts it upfield, falls forward for about a 3-yard gain right there, it looks like. And that's going to bring up about a 2nd and 7. Ball at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Tyner's looked very good to start this football game. He's running hard, running physical. The Bears go a little hurry up here.
Tyner takes the snap, pushes forward, and it gets met at the line of scrimmage and gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage. looked like they were trying to do a quick QB sneak right there, and it didn't really work out. The Lions were all over it. They had loaded the box, and the offensive line couldn't get a push on them, and which led to Gavin Tyner getting met right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Bears liked the personnel matchup they had on the field then and elected to go to the quick snap, try and get a cheap one with the quarterback sneak on them, but the Lions were ready for it. Stuff it for a no-yard gain.
Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Thompson again on the left side, and he is met by 2 Lions defenders. They were all over that play. They had just read it perfectly.
Yeah, the Lions were ready for that one. Looks like we're going to have another timeout here.
Yeah, we'll say gave a yard on the play. That's going to bring up 4th and about 6.
It's going to be 4th down for the Bears when they come out of this timeout. I'm not really sure where they're going to go with this one. What do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, 4th and 6. It'll be interesting to see if Chris Hill wants to try the kicking game out again, get this lead back, or or if he likes to go for it. If it were me, I think I'm going to go for this, even if you don't pick it up. You've got Searcy backed up on their own end, but more than likely, your offense is going to be able to pick up the 6 yards and keep this drive alive, and hopefully put this ball in the end zone before the half. You got to remember, Searcy is going to get the ball coming out of half. So you if you like to kick a field goal, here, best case scenario for Searcy, they could have the ball up for getting it coming out of the half. So Chris Hill is going to go for this.
Tyner takes the snap, fakes it to Stout, pitches it back to Cleo Penn, who cuts it upfield, and he's met at the line of scrimmage and barely falls forward for about 1 yard, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bears. That's unfortunate for the Bears. They tried to do it by substituting Cleo Penn for Colin Billings on that play and pitching it back to him, but unfortunately the Lions were all over it, read it perfect, and that's gonna lead to turnover on downs.
Yeah, I believe that was Cleo Penn's first offensive snap on the night, and I mean, anytime you see that kind of caliber of a player come off the bench, that's going to send up all kind of red flags for the defense, and the Lions were all over that one.
Strickland takes the snap, steps back, looking left to D.D. Johnson, who runs a bubble screen.
Yeah, they had the bubble screen set up there. He had some blockers out in front, but the pass sails on Strickland, and D.D. Johnson isn't able to come up with that one. Going to put him in 2nd and 10. I can't stress how important it is for this Bears defense to get a stop here.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson, who's met at the line of scrimmage. Met at the line of scrimmage right there by Jaden Foster. Jaden Foster was all over it, and Johnson just had nowhere to run on that play.
Big number 56, Jaden Foster. First time we've called his name tonight. Very nice play. Shut that play down for no gain. Going to put the Lions in a 3rd and long. We'll see if the Bears want to bring a little bit of pressure on this 3rd down.
3rd and 10 on this play. It's good to call Jaden Foster's name for the first time. I'm glad this D-line can bow their necks and really make some plays. Strickland takes the snap, looking deep over the middle. Caleb Cunningham is wide open, makes the catch, and finally gets brought down at about the 38-yard line. That was a good catch by Caleb Williams. Finally, Strickland connects one of those deep balls that he's been missing on all night. That first down's brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, that's tough for the Bears there. Just all goes. And Caleb Cunningham just wins the foot race, and Strickland throws him a nice ball. He makes a nice catch, and it's going to be a big gain for the Lions on 3rd and long.
We're going to have an injury timeout as someone is down on the left side of the field.
Looks like that's Caleb Cunningham, who just caught that long pass from Strickland. Interesting. I didn't see what happened there.
Who took the timeout there, Chief? Oh, official's timeout. Okay, thank you.
He did do a little bit of a celebration thing at the end of that pass. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not really sure. He's limping off the sideline on his own 2 feet, so that is good to see, though. I hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be all right. But again, I can't stress the importance of the Bears coming up with a stop here on defense. You know, if you allow Searcy to put one in the end zone or get a field goal here, they're getting the ball again at the start of the second half. That can a score here would be tough for team morale on this one. So you gotta get this defense to both their necks, come up with a stop.
It's gonna be a first down for the Lions at about the 40-yard line. Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. He breaks it up the left side. He's got a bunch of room, and he breaks a tackle, tries to hurdle a defender, and it gets met at about the first down marker. And that's going to move those chains for another Medicine Shop first down for the Lions.
Yeah, D.D. Johnson had a huge hole to run through on that one. He's looked very impressive early on in this game, even hobbled.
Strickland takes a snap, and he's looking left, deep to D.D. Johnson, and he makes an amazing jumping grab in the end zone. That was just an amazing catch by D.D. Johnson. Strickland might have threw him a little high, but D.D. Johnson climbs the ladder and gets that one right there. That touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci and Cornerstone Home Lending.
Yeah, very nice throw and catch right there. Strickland to D.D. Johnson, goes up, makes the grab. And it's interesting, you had the Bears, they had the safety over. Pete Overton was just a step late on that one. I thought he was going to get there and make that play, but D.D. Johnson makes a nice grab. And the kick is up and good. It looks like we're going to have a flag here. I believe the Bears were offsides. We'll see what the call is. Long discussion here. It is going to be offsides against the Bears. It looks like they're going to make them re-kick, which is interesting.
I'm guessing the whistle was blown before the snap was taken, which is going to make them re-kick this ball.
Yeah, I guess they intended to blow that one dead, but a little bit of a break for the Bears here, going to make them retry this extra point.
Armitage up with the kick, and it is good. That's gonna give the Lions 14 now. The score is 14-7 with about a minute 56 left in this second quarter.
All right, so if you're Sylvan Hills, you got a minute 56 and 2 timeouts in your back pocket. We'll see, exactly how aggressive they want to be. You look back at last week, gave up a touchdown, on an offensive fumble that Benton was able to scoop and score to the end zone. So we'll see if Chris Hill, if he comes out and is aggressive here in the final minutes of the first half, or, if he likes to be a little more conservative and get this football game into halftime. He does have 2 timeouts in a minute 56. That's, plenty of time on the clock to really run your whole offense here.
He only has 1 timeout. That is, he actually only has 1 timeout, but that's still enough. You have 1 timeout left, a minute 56 left. That's plenty of time to try to get this ball in the end zone. Armitage with the kick. Cleo Penn catches the ball at right in the middle of the field. He's taking it right side. He's breaks a couple tackles, finally gets taken down at about the 42-yard line. You saw a little seam right there for Cleo Penn, and it opened up, and I thought he was about to be fast enough to break through it, but unfortunately he was not. He finally gets taken down at about the midfield. Either way, that's good starting field position for the Bears. Yeah, that was a great return right there by Cleo Penn. Caught that ball at about the 15 over close to the left hash, and shows his patience, just works his way across the field, and finally finds a seam and explodes through that seam and gets the ball out to the 43-yard line. Very nice starting field position for the Bears. You got to think that changes Chris Hill's mind a little bit, right? You get the ball on the 43, you've got to be a little aggressive trying to put this ball in the end zone. Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Cleo Penn on the left side, who cuts it upfield and gets breaks a couple tackles, falls forward for about a 9-yard gain right there. It's good to see Cleo Penn with a good run. That's his second run of the night. Yeah, it's very nice to see Penn back in the offensive backfield. That's going to bring up second and about 2. They're hurrying up. Back on the ball. Tyner takes the snap, hands it up the middle to Stout on that play, and gets a first down. after about a 4-yard gain. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Clock's going to stop for the change to reset. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go here in this first half.
Tyner under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Stout up the middle again. He gets about 3 yards before he's met by a defender and falls forward for about a 6-yard gain.
Very nice start to this 2-minute drive here for the Bears.
I really like when they're hurrying this ball up. It seems like it's getting this Lions defense all catching them off guard. Tyner takes the snap, hands it up the middle to Stout, who gets about 6 yards on that play, and that's going to be another first down for the Bears, and that another Medicine Shop first down for the Bears. And that ball is going to be at about the 29-yard line, and they are really kicking up the tempo here with 45 seconds left in this second quarter.
Still got that timeout in your back pocket. See what happens on this play here.
Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pitches it back to Cleo Penn again, who tries to cut it upfield and gets met at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for about 1 yard right there, and it's going to be and that's going to initiate a timeout from Chris Hill.
Yeah, you take you didn't lose yards on that one, but no gain. I think you got to use your timeout there. You're inside 30 seconds. Now it's interesting to see if the Bears will come out of this timeout and if they'll be willing to put the ball in the air at all. See if Chris Hill trusts his senior quarterback to be safe with the football, and maybe give him a chance to put this ball in the end zone before halftime.
Seems Chris Hill's getting very aggressive here in this 2 minute with this 2 minute offense he's running. I'm really happy to see how Tyner's executing this 2 minute offense. It's working very well for them.
Yeah, and as far as throwing the football for Tyner, right, he had the very rough week 0, with the 2 interceptions, but you came back in week 2 last week against Benton, and he looked very nice throwing the football. So we'll see if he's earned a little trust here from Chris Hill to put this ball in the air.
Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Stout, pitches it back to Billings, who cuts it upfield. He's got some room on the left side, tiptoes on the left side, and he's met at about the 10-yard line. Looks like he gets pushed out of bounds.
Got to go. 19 seconds. Clock will stop when the chains are set.
That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop and Tyner's under center, who spikes the ball now with 18. There should be 18 seconds on that clock at least.
What a run right there by Colin Billings. Give his team a chance inside the 10-yard line here. Now, clock, really not too much of a factor. You get tackled in bounds, you're going to have to hustle. But, any passes, anything out of bounds, you really got plenty of time to run 3 plays here.
Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the left side, cuts it upfield for about a 4-yard gain right there. That 4-yard gain is going to put the ball at about the 4.5-yard line, or about the 4-yard line.
Okay, so the Bears did have 2 timeouts to start this drive, and Chris Hill will burn his final timeout there. Okay. Final
timeout by the Bears right there. That's it's gonna, when they get out of this timeout, it's going to be 3rd and goal with about 5 yards to go.
They had that incorrect on the scoreboard here at Bill Blackwood Field. Forgive us for
getting that wrong right there. It said they had 1 timeout, unfortunately, or it looks like they had 2 timeouts, which is a smart move by Chris Hill to call a timeout right there with the clock running.
Yeah, absolutely. That was going to be cutting it close to get back on the ball and getting it snapped for a spike. That way you're able to preserve the down and the time. Now, if you get tackled in bounds, you're going to be running it. Got to get back on the ball and run a play. So it will be 4th down. The Bears were confused coming out of the timeout, trying to run a player on late. The refs blow it dead, but looks like the referees are just going to say that was an erroneous whistle, and we're going to play on.
Dylan Harris is in the backfield now. Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and he gets taken down with at about the 1 yard line. The clock is running. 3, 2, 1, and they are not going to be able to get set up for another play. That's going to be the end of our first half. Join us after the break for the Ackles Carpet One halftime show.
It's the Labor Day sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room. Plus 18-month no-interest financing.
We make it beautiful for less. It's the Labor Day sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room. Plus 18-month no-interest financing.
We make it beautiful for less.
Welcome, guys, to the Akel's Carpet One halftime show. Let's go ahead and recap that first half. Sylvan Hills came out and struck fast and struck right at the first drive of the game, scored a touchdown. But unfortunately, the next two scores were by the Searcy Lions.
Yeah, Sylvan Hills, they won the toss and elected to receive the kick, and they took the opening kickoff and had a very nice 5-minute drive, went the length of the field and scored a touchdown. And that you couldn't ask for a better start for the Bears, but unfortunately, the next drive, defense comes out, gets a stop. You have a 7-0 lead, and they have a very nice drive going again. and unfortunately Dylan Harris coughs up the football, and that's really what got Searcy going.
Absolutely. And looking at the stat line right now, you'd think Sylvan Hills would be up on Searcy. They have more than 60 more yards than Searcy, leading at 251 and 197, and they also have about double the amount of plays as Searcy. Sylvan Hills is really they're moving the ball on offense. Unfortunately, I think time got away from them right there before halftime, and they ended a drive right there on the 1 yard line and couldn't punch it in before that final whistle of the first half.
Yeah, that was tough. You had 12 seconds on third down. You run the play, and Tyner comes up short of the goal line, and then you have 5 seconds for a mad scramble for everybody to get back on the ball and snap it again. But unfortunately, the Bears weren't able to get set in time, and that halftime clock expired.
Unfortunate for Chris Hill. He's gonna take his team into halftime. I mean, there's not too many things you can hammer your team about. I mean, they played a very good ball game in that first half. It just seemed like it just didn't go their way. I know the the defense is going to come out on the field first for the Bears, as the Searcy Lions will be getting the ball first.
Yeah, and you're down a touchdown in this game, but it's not all doom and gloom for the Bears. They've looked really good this game, maybe the best we've seen them all season, especially on the offensive side of the football. You clean up a couple things, take care of the turnovers, which was a key to the game tonight, and you're likely looking at a 14-7 Sylvan Hills lead rather than 14-7 Bears or Lions rather. So, it's important for this defense to come out, with some energy, some enthusiasm, come out and get a stop and get this ball back to the Bears offense.
Going to give you an update on our Joe T. Robinson score. Joe T. Robinson leads Morrilton 42-7 with a minute left to go in that first half. They seem to be running away with it.
Yeah, Joe T. Robinson just putting it on Morrilton right now. Just an absolute beat down there, which is pretty surprising. I expected that to be a pretty competitive football game, but Joe T. Robinson showing their superior here tonight.
Then let's update you on the Mills score. Mills versus Watson Chapel. It is 28-0 Mills at halftime.
Again, the offensive onslaught for the Mills Comets just continues. That team's looked very good to start the season. They're looking to go to 4-0 here, and 28-0 is a good start in that direction.
Absolutely. I believe they came into that game 3-0. So this is just going to continue what seems to be a great start to the season for Mills.
Yeah, all kind of talent out there on the offensive side of the football. The young quarterback, Achilles Ringos, played really well early. He's done a nice job, just distributing the football to some, really all-state type performers with, QJ King at wide receiver and among others. It's just an impressive squad they have over at Mills.
Catholic continues their strong start to the season as they are leading the Benton Panthers 17-7 at halftime.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's another team that's on the Bears schedule. The Catholic Rockets dropping down from 7A this year into the 6A, and they've had a very nice start to their season. And again, a win over Benton, that would be a huge notch in their belt. As our producer Will Watkins said here tonight, we're going to see if Catholic is for real tonight, matching up against Benton, and they've withstood the test thus far as they got a 17-7 lead at half.
This is Catholic's first season moving down from that class, the biggest classification in Arkansas football, 7A. They moved down to 6A and go up against the Benton Panthers, who have been a powerhouse in 6A for a long time now. So they are really making a splash in this new conference of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Benton last week. They have a very good football team. So, if Catholic is able to hold that score and pull out a win there, that would be a huge win for that program, and a great start to their 6A career, if you will.
Absolutely.
Robinson now up 49-7 on Morrilton. That one going to be the mercy roll in the second half. They'll enjoy a running clock for the rest of that one. some other scores for you in the 6A. You have El Dorado up over Greene County Tech by a touchdown. Sheridan, West Memphis, they're locked up at 14 coming out of halftime. Greenwood is just all over Siloam Springs, 47-0. And then you have Little Rock Christian up 14-0 on Russellville. That game is at halftime. And then Lake Hamilton and Mountain Home in a bit of a defensive struggle, 7-3, that game in the second quarter. Oh, and lastly, Greenbrier had an early lead. We're still waiting on an update on that one. It was 6-0 in the first quarter, but they've likely progressed further in that game at this point. But, you know, not too many surprises on that scoreboard, with the exception of Catholic Benton. You know, I really thought that was a game that Benton, I didn't think they would go in and roll Catholic, but I thought it was a game that, they would win somewhat convincingly, but Catholic is proven to be a tough opponent for them here tonight.
Absolutely. I want to go ahead and give a shout-out to the Sylvan Hills Band, who put on a great performance for us at halftime. That was just a good performance to watch, and I know we all enjoyed it.
You can't have Friday night football without the band. I mean, they add something to the atmosphere that you really don't see anywhere else in any sports. The high school band on Friday nights is always special.
I want to thank you guys for joining us for this Akel's halftime show. When we get back from break, it'll be time for our second half kickoff.
It's the Labor Day sale at Akel's Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room. Plus 18-month no-interest financing.
We make it beautiful for less. It's the Labor Day sale at Akel's Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room. Plus 18-month no-interest financing.
We make it beautiful for less.
Welcome back, football fans, to the welcome back, football fans. We are about to get our kickoff underway to start this second half.
Yeah, teams have made their way back onto the field here, and we're ready to get this second half kickoff underway in what has been a good football game so far. Looks to be exciting down the stretch.
It's definitely a tight game. Let's see if Chris Hill's worked the kinks out of this offense, and maybe they might start putting some points on the board.
Yeah, we're going to see the defense on the field first for the Bears, and I've probably said it 100 times already in this broadcast, but can't stress how important it is for this defense to come out and get a stop here on this first possession and really get some momentum back for your football team and give Tyner and the offense the ball back.
The momentum is definitely on Searcy's side, so we're definitely looking to get a swing in momentum for the Bears. Gonzalez on to attempt the kick. Gonzalez with a squib kick, and it's caught by number 13 for the Searcy Lions, and that catches it at about the 37-yard line. So that's going to bring up a first down for Searcy. They're going to begin their drive at the 37.
Yeah, and I don't hate that if you're the Bears, right? You keep the ball out of D.D. Johnson's hands, and you force some people who aren't used to catching the football to step up and catch the ball. If you continue to do that throughout the game, there's a good chance one of those balls gets loose and you have a chance for a cheap possession there.
Strickland takes a snap, hands it to D.D. Johnson on the left side, who breaks a tackle, breaks it up the left side, and breaks another tackle, falls forward for a good 12-yard gain right there. That's going to be a first down brought to you by the Medicine Shop, and they're going to start this next set of downs at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, just a huge hole for D.D. Johnson on first down on that one.
Strickland takes a snap, and it's on the ground, but he picks it up, and he's looking deep, throwing down the left sideline, and he overthrows D.D. Johnson by about 5 yards right there. D.D. Johnson was not turned around like when the ball was out of in the air already.
Yeah, that snap's kind of rolled back there, but it didn't matter. Strickland had all day to throw back there, and it looked like D.D. Johnson kind of slowed down on that one. That ball just sails over his head.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Strickland takes the snap, runs left side. He's going to keep it, but he's met in the backfield by a host of Bears defenders right there. Kanye Williams met him in the backfield first and took him down all on his own. That's a good tackle for loss for Kanye Williams.
Yeah, Kanye Williams made the tackle, but Dylan Harris made the play. He's able to get upfield, blows up the receiver, and then the lead blocker coming out of the backfield and turns it back to his defense. It was a nice play right there from Dylan Harris.
3rd and 11 for the Searcy Lions. Strickland takes the snap, but the whistle blows it dead. There's a flag on the field. False start on the offense, which is going to push the Lions back another 5 yards. That's exactly what you want to see out of the if you're the Bears right here, and that's going to make it 3rd and very long, about 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15, you've got to look out for some type of screen to D.D. Johnson. Or some type of cute quarterback draw, maybe the big tight end down the seam.
They have D.D. Johnson out wide. Strickland all alone. Strickland takes the snap, looking left, screen pass to D.D. Johnson, who runs it up, and he breaks it upfield, and nobody's going to catch him. On my mistake, somebody does catch him at about the 5-yard line after a huge gain by D.D. Johnson. Exactly what Dylan had called a bubble screen to D.D. Johnson results in about a 50-yard gain right there. And now it's going to be 1st and goal for the Lions. And that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, 3rd and long, you got to be aware of those screen passes, and just a very nice drawn-up play there from the Searcy Lions. Had some blockers out front for D.D. Johnson. And he had a lot of room up this sideline.
D.D. Johnson is a very good back, but he's running with a purpose tonight. Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson, who takes it on the right side, and he takes it right into the end zone for the Searcy Lions. And that is going to be touchdown Lions. And that touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending.
Yeah, D.D. Johnson took the direct snap here. They bring the heavy set in and just run him right off the right tackle. And he just walks into the end zone on that one.
The kick is up, and it is good for the Lions, which makes the score 21-7 Lions with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in this third quarter.
Yep, that's a tough start for the Bears defense here in the second half. You have them in 3rd and long, give up a long screen pass to a talented running back, and then they put it in the end zone just a play later. That's not the start, you're looking for if you're Chris Hill and the Bears.
No, it's not. But that leaves it up to this offense. This offense needs to come out here, set the tone, and eat up some clock and maybe get the ball in the end zone and get a little bit of momentum back on their side.
Yeah, I think this is almost a must-score situation here for the Bears offense. You're already down 2 scores. If you don't score here, Searcy will have the ball up 2 scores, looking to make it 3. So it's important the Bears put this ball in the end zone and get themselves back in this football game.
Cleo Penn and Colin Billings back to receive this kick. The kick is up. Cleo Penn's going to pick it up at the 5-yard line, and he's running left side. He gets around to some defenders. He's outrunning some guys, but he gets met right at the sideline at about the 32-yard line. That was a very long run for about 30 yards right there. That was a good run by Penn.
Yeah, ball bounced in front of him. He really does a nice job to field it here. And then he's going to reverse field all the way across and really turned it into a pretty nice return, all things considered. But, yeah, he worked pretty hard for that 25-yard return there.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap, pitches it back to Penn, who cuts it upfield. Gets met in the backfield, but breaks a tackle and manages to get about 4 yards out of that play.
Yeah, nice tough run right there by Cleo Penn. He realized he wasn't going to get the edge, and he puts his foot in the ground and gets north and south to pick up 3 yards and set them up in a 2nd down and manageable.
That play did not look good, but luckily Cleo Penn managed to get some yards out of it. Pitches it back to Thompson. Thompson on the left side, and he's met in the backfield by a Lions defender and gets slung down for about a 4-yard loss. That's going to bring up about 3rd and 9 on this play.
Yeah, a lot of east and west out of the Bears here in the second half. I think you would have liked to get something going more downhill to start this drive. You've really had success with Dylan Harris and Titus Stout running straight ahead. We'll see what they can do on 3rd and long.
Tyner takes a snap, fakes it to Harris, pitches it back to Penn, who cuts it outside and has some room. He gets all the way up to the 50-yard line, 55-yard line, finally gets taken down at about the 42-yard line for a 1st down for the Bears right there. That 1st down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. That was a good job by Cleo Penn to break it outside and find some room.
Yeah, what a nice run by Cleo Penn. Just the triple option, and he has all kind of space out here. Makes a man miss, and he's up the sideline for a nice gain.
Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Stout up the middle. Gets about 3 yards right there. Stout with some tough yards right there after carrying a couple guys for about 3 yards. Cleo Penn is going to come out of this ball game. He seemed to be, I couldn't tell if he had lost his breath, breathing hard, or if he was hurt. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, looked a little winded after that last run. I couldn't tell if he got the breath knocked out of him or if he had just run a long way the last couple plays, but he'll get a break on this one.
Tyner takes the snap, fakes it up the middle, pitches it back to Thompson. Thompson cuts it up the middle, breaks a couple tackles for a decent gain for about 5 yards right there. And that's going to bring him about 3rd and 3, I believe. 3rd and 2, my mistake.
Yeah, third and I think they're going to call it 1. Again, this is, if there's any down and distance that this Bears offense should feel extremely comfortable picking up, it's 3rd and short. We'll see what they like to go with. If it's going to be Stout up the middle, maybe Tyner on a keeper.
Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Stout, who's met in the backfield but breaks a tackle and manages to fall forward for I believe that's going to be a first down Bears. The ball came out after the whistle right there as a Lions defender was holding the ball after the play. But they're going to go ahead and move those chains, and that's a first down Bears. First down Bears, and that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, just tied us out on the dive. Gets met in the backfield, shakes off a defender, and is able to stumble forward and get enough yards for that first down. Good, tough running out of Mr. Stout.
Tyner takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Harris this time. Harris up the middle, cuts it left, and manages to get a good 5 yards out of that play.
And again, as these drives go on longer and longer, this offensive line really gets to wear on the defensive line, and you start to see these holes open up much better later in these drives. So that's what Sylvan Hills has to do: sustain drives, keep that defense on the field, and just keep plowing away at them.
Tyner under center, takes the snap, keeps himself on the right side, cuts it upfield, gets a good gain, breaks a tackle, and manages to get about 10 yards on that play play on the right side. That was a good run by Tyner right there, and that's going to be another first down for the Bears, brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, very nice run from Tyner. Picked up about 15 on that one. Just the keeper. He's able to get to the edge and break a couple of tackles, pick up some extra hard-earned yards on the end of that one.
Tyner does a long snap right there and manages to draw a couple Lions off sides, which is going to move them up another 5 yards, which is going to make it first down and 5.
First and 5, and the Bears can get a first down here without scoring a touchdown on about the 2-yard line.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who breaks a couple tackles, still carrying some guys. He's trying to get a good push from that offensive line, but they're going to blow the play dead at about the 3-yard line, and that's going to bring up second down.
Dylan Harris breaking out the spin move on that one. He's originally met at the line of scrimmage, spins away from a defender and picks up 3-4 yards to make it a second and short. There is a injured Lion on the field.
So that's going to be an official's injury timeout. Well, this drive is looking good. This is exactly what you want to see if you're Chris Hill. You know, the defense came out, kind of didn't get a good stop on the Lions offense, but luckily the Bears offense is coming out trying to get momentum back on their side.
Yeah, you've absolutely got to finish off this drive. It's been impressive this far, but it's all for naught if we can't put this ball in the end zone. Like you said, defense came out, and they had forced Searcy into a 3rd and long. You know, you think they're about to get off the field, and they're able to flip a little screen pass out to D.D. Johnson, and he takes it to the house. So, you know, it's important that Sylvan Hills is able to finish off what has been an impressive drive to this point to gain some momentum back for their team and bring them back within a touchdown in this football game.
The Lions defender gets up on his own and is able to get off the sideline on his own, which is a good thing to see. You know, you never want to see anything bad happen to anybody out here on this field.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of got tangled up in the bottom of that pile, but he's jogging off pretty good. Looks like he's going to be all right.
The clock starts to run again as Tyner is getting under center. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown Bears. The Bears get a touchdown finally on this play, and that touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending.
Very nice run right there by Dylan Harris. Just gets this football, and he's going to go over the top and fall into the end zone for a touchdown for the Bears. Very nice drive, a great answer. We'll see if this all-important extra point is good to tie this game up for the Bears.
Extra point is up, and it is good for the Bears. That's going to make the score 14-21 with the Lions leading it with 5 minutes and 36 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
That's going to be a new kicker for the Bears, number 28, Jose Rivera. He's looked very good tonight, kicking the PATs. That one was up and good from maybe 40 yards.
Absolutely. He seems to have a good leg on him, as this is his first week with the Bears. Oh, well, my mistake. His last week was his first week with the Bears.
All right, so defense couldn't get you what you wanted coming out of the half, but nonetheless, the offense is able to answer, bringing you back within one score of this game. And, we're essentially right back to the start of the second half. It's 21-14, Bears down by a touchdown. And, we're looking for this defense to come out here and get a stop, get the ball back to their offense with a chance to tie the game.
Gonzalez on to attempt this kickoff. I believe they're going to attempt another squib. That's at least what it looks like Gonzalez is going to do. Gonzalez, he booms at this time with a deep kick to the left side, and it's caught at about the 1 yard line. The kickoff team managed to get meet him at the 2 yard line, and he gets knocked back. Just a huge hit. That was just a huge hit by Matthew West of the Bears. He met him hard right at about the 25 yard line.
Yeah, the return man for Searcy, I thought that was D.D. Johnson at first, but it's not. It's number 20, and he breaks out to the left side here and finds himself in all sorts of space, but then it's walloped at the 25-yard line by the 30-yard line by number 18 for the Bears. Just a great stop right there on kickoff.
The Lions come out after scoring on their last drive. Take the snap, hand it off to D.D. Johnson up the middle, who breaks all sorts of tackles. Finally gets taken down after about a 3-yard gain. But that's what you got to do to D.D. Johnson. If you want to bring him down, you have to gang tackle him. He has shown that tonight.
Yeah, you got to keep him bottled up. Keep him off the edges. Keep him in between the tackles, and you can have some success on defense. Where he's hurt the Bears is on the edge, catching screen passes and things like that.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off up the middle again to D.D. Johnson, who's met at the line of scrimmage. Finally gets taken down after trying to break a couple tackles, but couldn't get any yardage out of it. And that's going to bring up a good 3rd and 6 right here. That's exactly what you want to see if you're this defense.
3rd and 6. Now it's time for you to get off the field. You know who they're going to be looking for. Look for number 1 down here at the bottom of your screen on a slant or some type of screen pass, something to get D.D. Johnson in space. Strickland looks over this way before the snap.
Takes the snap, looking to the left side to Caleb. Oh my goodness, and that was just great coverage by Patrick Alcindor. Patrick Alcindor was just all over number 1, Caleb Williams on that play, and there was no chance he was going to catch that ball.
Yeah, we've seen a couple different Bear defenders get the assignment of guarding Caleb for the Lions, and that time it was Patrick Alcindor, and he did a really nice job. Almost comes up with the interception there. And that's just what the Bears needed. You got some energy back on the Bears sideline. Your offense is getting the ball back. Down a touchdown with a chance to tie this game. Again, the Bears going to be out here in a punt safe. Just looking to take no chances.
Punt safe. It's a short punt, and the punt's going to roll all the way down to about the 26-yard line. I thought it was about to go out of bounds at about the 30, but it took a good roll for the Lions, and it's going to flip the field. But I think it's safe to say that momentum is on the Bears side now.
Yeah, that was a huge stop right there for the Bears defense. Your offense goes down and scores to bring you within a touchdown. Defense comes out, gets the 3 and out. Now your offense is right back on the field looking to tie this game up. We'll see what Tyner and company can do with this possession.
Tyner comes out onto the field, under center. Looking over to Chris Hill for some confirmation on the play call. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Harris, pitches it back to Penn, who's got some room on the right side. Cuts it back up in the middle of the field and gets a good 15 yards on that play. He had all sorts of room on the right side. Finally, some defenders get over there, and he managed to get 15 yards on that play. And that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Man, Cleo Penn, he shows some impressive patience and vision for a young running back. Originally right there looked like he was just going to try to leg out to the sideline, maybe pick up 5 yards, but he puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south, and is able to pick up 15.
Tyner takes a snap, pitches it back to Johnson, or Joseph on the left side, who's got some room. He is speedy, man. He gets it all the way up to about the 46-yard line for a good 13-yard gain, and that's going to be another first down for the Bears, brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, with all the talent the Bears have in the backfield, newcomer number 23, Joseph Thompson, he may be the fastest of them all, and he showed it right there, just exploding up that sideline for another Bears first down. Man, that was a touchdown-saving tackle right there by number 34 of the Lions.
Tyner takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Titus Stout for a good 4-yard gain right there.
Yeah, good hard 4 or 5 yards right there on from Titus Stout.
And Titus Stout's going to go out of the ball game as Dylan Harris comes in.
And again, that 4 or 5 yards has been there all night on the dive for the Bears.
Joseph Thompson comes out as Colin Billings comes in.
I think that play's there for them all night if they want to keep going back to it. They've, just been ripping off 4 or 5 yards every time they run that dive, and that's really all you can ask for.
I'm not really sure what they're doing different. The pitch plays were not working in the first half, but they seem to really be working in this second half. They faked the pitch to Harris up the middle, and it's given to Cleo Penn, who trips him. He tripped on his own feet right there and only managed to get 4 yards, but I believe he would have got that first down if he wouldn't have fallen down right there.
Yeah, tackled by the 40-yard line on that one, but it looks like they are going to give him a first down. He's able to keep his balance to get to that first down marker. It is going to be a first down for the Bears.
Let's go ahead and move those chains for another Bears first down, brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
And the Bears have started realizing success on the pitches. It's because that dive play has been working so well. Searcy's going to have to adjust to it at some point, and that's going to leave some room on the edges.
Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle to Harris, and pitches it back to Billings. Billings has got some room on the left side, gets all the way up to about the 25-yard line, scampers out of bounds at about the 23.
Yeah, and now this Bears offense, you're ripping off 10, 15-yard runs at a time. That Searcy Lions defense, you're starting to see signs of fatigue. You got some hands on some hips, some heavy breathing out there. This is right where Chris Hill wants this Lions defense. He's got them on the ropes, and we'll see if they can finish off this drive, tie up this football game.
Ball's at the 24-yard line. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who breaks a couple tackles. Still going. Gets all the way down to about the 15-yard line right there for a good 9-yard gain.
Dylan Harris puts another one through the spin cycle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, spins off a defender, and keeps his legs churning for a nice 8-yard pickup on first down. It's going to put the Bears in a second and short. If I'm Chris Hill, I might think about taking a shot to the end zone here. With it being second and short, you can come back, pick that up on third down.
Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the left side, gets up all the way up to the 5-yard line, and finally gets tackled after a good 10-yard gain right there. And that's going to bring up first and goal at the 5-yard line. And that first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
This Bears offensive line is starting to move some people now. They really starting to dig in here and open up some holes for these backs.
It really seems like a switch was just flipped on this drive. As soon as they got all the way up to about the 45, it just seems like this offensive line is just pushing them back, really creating holes for this running attack. Tyner takes a snap, keeps it himself again on the left side. Touchdown, Bears! Gavin Tyner on the left side for a 3-yard touchdown. That is a great run by Gavin Tyner, and that touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending.
Yeah, Tyner kept that one off to the left, and he had the whole left side over there to scamper into the end zone, and that's going to tie this football game up. Again, you can't say enough about the hole the offensive line opened on that one. You've got some fatigue setting in on that Searcy sideline, I believe, and the
Hosea Rivera up to attempt the kick, and it is good. That is going to leave our score at 21-21, all tied up with about 47 seconds left in this third quarter. Talk about just a good start to this third quarter to the second half for the Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. Your defense gets you the 3 and out after the touchdown, and that Searcy Lions defense is forced to go right back onto the field with little rest, and it showed right there. That the Sylvan Hills offensive line was really opening up some big holes on that drive, and it'll be interesting to see if Searcy has any sort of answer, any sort of adjustments they can make tighten down some of those holes, because if not, it looks like Sylvan Hills has a great chance to quite literally run away with this one.
As the Bears kicking team comes out onto the field, I'm hoping that they try to kick it deep again like they did last time. They kicked it deep last time, and if they would have made a tackle at about the 10-yard line, they would have had them deep, close to the wrong side of the field. D.D. Johnson is not back to attempt this kickoff this time, so I bet Gonzalez kicks it deep. And he does kick it deep to the left side of the field, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Man, what a ball game we got going here. 21-21, 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Setting up for an exciting ending to this one, that's for sure.
Exciting ending to this one. There's 47 seconds left and in this third quarter, and I couldn't be more excited to see what this game turns into.
If you're the Bears defense, it's more of the same from the last possession, right? You've got to be ready for D.D. Johnson and make sure you keep him hemmed up. Don't let him get to the edges. Don't let him get in space. And then in third and long, you've got to look for the pass to big number one or some type of screen pass to Johnson.
Strickland takes the ball, and he's looking left for a pass. He's going over the middle to Caleb Cunningham. Caleb Cunningham makes the catch for about a 30-yard gain right there at about the 42. That's good. That was going to be a first down for the Lions, but it seems there's a flag on the play. Let's see which side this goes to.
Looks like they're bringing this one back. We'll see what the call is.
False start on the offense, and that's going to push them back 5 yards, and that's going to make it 1st and 15 now with the ball at the 15. That just is deflating for that Lions offense after getting rid of a huge gain.
Yeah, that's a big break for the Bears. Big number one, Caleb Cunningham, really ran a nice route on that one. Was able to get loose from Pete Overton at the top of his route, and Strickland delivered a nice ball, but it's all for naught because the 5-yard penalty is going to bring that one back. And
Strickland takes the snap, looking left again, but he's going to scramble up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and finally gets taken down at about the 19-yard line after a 4-yard gain, so it's still going to be 2nd and long right here.
Yeah, good coverage on that one for the Bears. That's the first time we've seen Strickland pull the ball down and take off running.
I think it was good coverage, but I think he felt a little pressure from that defensive line. I think I saw Kanye Williams and Jaden Foster back there getting a little pressure. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. When we get back, we're going to bring you some more Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DO to 36260 to get started today.
Welcome back, Bears fans, to this fourth quarter of play on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. I'm excited to get this fourth quarter started as we are all tied up 21-21, and it looks to be a fantastic finish for us tonight.
Two teams were knotted up at 21, two teams looking for their first win. This is shaping up to be an exciting fourth quarter.
Strickland takes the snap, passes it to Caleb Cunningham, but Caleb Cunningham was not looking back at Strickland, and it just flies right over his helmet.
Yeah, a little issue with the timing on that one. Strickland wanted to get rid of it much quicker than Cunningham was ready for that ball. Just never saw it coming, and it sails right over his head. If he was ready for that one, it's likely a catch and a first down for the Lions. So fortunate break for the Bears. We'll see if they can get a stop on this 3rd and long.
3rd and 11. Strickland takes a snap, rolls left. He's rolling left, looking to the left side, and it's caught. It's caught on right there at the sideline. And it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down with about a 13-yard gain right there. So that's going to be a first down for the Lions, brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, number 1, Caleb Cunningham, again, a little slow to get up on that one. But again, he runs a very nice route on this one. The comebacker, he's able to lose his defender and make the catch for a first down for the Lions.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson up the middle, who's met at the line of scrimmage. That was just a good job by that D-line to really swallow him up right there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was number 60, Carter Manis, on the stop there, the big nose guard, making his presence felt here in this one at the start of the fourth quarter. Going to bring up 2nd and long for the Lions. Be big for the Bears to keep this to a minimal gain to keep them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Strickland takes the snap, throws it out to the right to D.D. Johnson. It looks like a block in the black that's not called. Finally gets hit and breaks a couple tackles, and that's going to result in a first down for the Lions. That's going to be a first down brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, it looked like there was a holding missed on that one. Nonetheless, that's going to give the Lions a first down. That ball carrier had room over here to operate. Good blocking by the Searcy Lions receivers downfield.
That's going to put the ball at about the 45-yard line. Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson up the middle, who gets tackled by Kanye Williams. Swallowed up by that defensive line. That was Jaden Foster and Kanye Williams on that tackle right there to really not give him anywhere to go.
Yeah, just a great job by that Bears defensive line to fight off some blocks, hold your ground, get off a block, and make a tackle. We've got a great atmosphere here tonight. Searcy fans, they traveled well. They got a good-looking student section. As always, the Bears student section is making some noise in the east end zone.
D.D. Johnson goes out to the right. Strickland takes the snap, looking right to D.D. Johnson. Of course, he's going right to D.D. Johnson. And he got his hands on the ball, almost caught it, but I think the coverage right there by number 29, Patrick Alcindor, was enough to, and he got his hands on the ball and knocked it out of his hands. That was good coverage right there. You know, that's exactly what you want to see. They keep going to their best players, which is Caleb Cunningham and D.D. Johnson. They keep going to him, and I'm glad that Patrick Alcindor noticed that and was all over him right there. Strickland takes the snap, looking left, over the middle, and it's caught. And yes, the referees are going to signal a catch right there, and that's going to bring up a first down for the Lions.
Yeah, what a catch right there by number 11. Looks like that ball was tipped and maybe bobbled, and he is able to come down with it for the first down for the Lions.
That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. They're going to start this set of downs at about the 44-yard line. Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson on the right side, and he falls on his own feet right there behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, I think that ankle's given D.D. Johnson some trouble on that one. You saw him go to plant there and just didn't feel very good, and he just goes down on his own. Looks like he is going to... No, he's going to stay in the game. I thought he was going to come out for a break.
D.D. Johnson out wide, empty backfield. Strickland takes the snap, looking left for a bubble screen. Bubble screen's caught by number 11 on the left side, and he's got some room, and he's going up the left sideline. Finally gets shoved out of bounds after a big game, but there is a flag on the play at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that looks to be in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is.
And the Lions' offense is already walking back to where they originally started. So I believe this is going to be holding on the Lions. Holding on the Lions, and that is going to push them back a good ways, about 15. It's going to push them back from where the foul was committed, so it's going to be second and about 14 yards right here. Second and 14, ball at about the 48-yard line.
Second and 14, you got stacked receivers down here to the bottom. Got to watch out for this bubble screen.
Johnson in the backfield. Strickland takes the snap, looking right. Thrown to the right side, and it's caught by Caleb Cunningham after he cuts it back, and it's fumbled. The ball's on the ground, and it's shoved out of bounds. Unfortunately for the Bears, they could not fall on it, so that's going to be a first down for the Lions right here. That first down's brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, Tyler Strickland has really played a nice game. He's putting the ball right where it needs to be. He's dealt with some pressure, but he's hung in there and has delivered some nice throws. And Caleb Cunningham has made some nice plays getting down the field.
Zero set. No one's in the backfield. He's going to throw a screen pass on the right side. And it's caught for about a 3-yard gain right there. And that's going to bring up a second and about 7. You know, if you're the Bears, if you're Coach Hill and this Bears defense, you really, bend, don't break. You really want to try to get a stop right here. Even if they get a field goal out of this, that is better than 7 points. So that's really what you're rooting for right now. Strickland, about all alone in the backfield, takes the snap, and he's going to run it himself. He cuts it up the middle, falls down after about a 5-yard gain, but that's still going to bring up about a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, this would be a huge stop for the Bears defense if they could force this field goal attempt here. We'll see what the Lions elect to do. I would imagine they're going to...
Looks like a wildcat formation right here with D.D. Johnson is going to take this snap. D.D. Johnson in the backfield takes the snap, runs it up the middle, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and falls forward for about a 4-yard gain right there. And that's going to bring up a first down for the Lions. That first down's brought to you by the Medicine Shop. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 6-yard line. Again, they're going to continue with this wildcat formation.
Can't fall asleep out here on the outside to Caleb Cunningham. Got to make sure you're alert and ready to make a play.
Takes the snap, runs it up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage with a big hit right there. Jaden Foster with a huge hit on D.D. Johnson. Really going to maybe make him think about running up on his side.
Yeah, Jaden Foster just with a huge hit right there. He's going to flex his muscles a little bit after that one, and rightfully so. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
D.D. Johnson with the snap, gets met in the backfield, and he's still trying to break some tackles, and he gets taken down in the backfield. Just a great job by that Bears defense to swallow him up. Number 33, Dylan Harris with the tackle, just a good gang tackle by the entire Bears defense.
Yeah, Jaden Foster was in on that one again, and just had D.D. Johnson going the wrong direction. So now it's going to bring up third and goal from the 8. And it looks like the Lions are going to elect to bring in a regular offensive personnel as Strickland's going to come back in at quarterback.
If I'm this Bears defense, I'm looking for Caleb Cunningham to try to get this ball. Caleb Cunningham is probably going to be receiving this ball if I was going to guess. Strickland takes the snap. He's looking right to Cunningham. And it is caught by Cunningham. The defender was all over him trying to keep his hands off the ball, but he could not do it. Cunningham catches it for a touchdown. That touchdown is brought to you by Cornerstone Home Lending.
Yeah, Caleb Cunningham, man, he's just a big body out there. He's tough to defend, and he just kind of like a basketball player here, just boxes you out and just catches this football for a touchdown. Again, another nice throw from Tyler Strickland, and that's going to be a touchdown Lions.
Lions on to attempt this kick,
and it's blocked.
It's blocked. The kick is blocked by number 6, Josiah Rainey, with a huge special teams play right there, and that's going to leave the score at 27-21. Lions with 5:41 left in this ball game.
And put a pin in that one. Missed extra point. We've actually seen that same scenario come back to bite Sylvan Hills on this field in week 0. Missed extra points. I'm not sure what happened there. Just the timing was off between the snap and the kicker, and gave the Bears defense a chance to get through and block that kick. But that could loom large for the Bears as this game continues, as now they're only down 6 points and could win this game with a touchdown and an extra point.
Caleb Cunningham is just a big, lengthy guy, and he really can just pull down the ball just from about anywhere, and it's going to be hard for anyone on this Bears defense to get in front of him and try to get this ball away from him.
Yeah, not only is he big and physical, but he's shown he has some really nice speed as well. And when he gets his hands on the football, I believe he's caught it every time tonight. And so some very sure hands, and he's a very nice football player for the Searcy Lions, that's for sure.
Cleo Penn and Colin Billings back to receive this kick.
But now it's time for this Bears offense, who's looked very good their last 2 drives. They're going to get the ball back here with a chance to take the lead.
The kick is short, but it's going to be picked up by Cleo Penn. He's going to take it to the left side, tries to cut it up, gets all the way to about the 20-yard line, and gets taken down, and that is where they're going to begin this drive.
Yeah, I think if you're the Bears right there, I think you want an up back to go ahead and pick that ball up. That one was rolling for a long time, and while you want to give Cleo Penn every opportunity to make a play for you, the ball just took so long to roll back there to him. The coverage had plenty of time to get down there and make a play. So in a situation like that, you'd like to see maybe Pete Overton, someone scoop that ball up and just try and get 10, 15 yards, and you have the ball, start with the ball at the 35 and go from there. But nonetheless, the Bears are going to get it at the 20.
Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitches it back to Joseph Thompson. Joseph Thompson is met in the backfield. The Lions had read that play from the get-go, and they're going to lose about 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, nice play by this cornerback number 4 down here. Just stayed at home, sees play coming his way, and shoots like a rocket to go make the play in the backfield.
Tyner, under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Stout up the middle, pitches it back to Penn. Penn's got all sorts of room on the right side, and he's carrying a defender all the way up to about the 35-yard line, falls forward about the 38, and that is going to be a huge gain for the Bears, and that is going to bring up a first down brought to you by the Medicine Shop.
Yeah, big run right there by Cleo Penn. You're backed up, you're behind the sticks, and the Bears elect give the ball to Cleo Penn, your best playmaker. And he makes a couple men miss and is able to pick up a very nice gain to give the Bears a first down from the 37-yard line, and we're going to have a timeout by the Searcy Lions here.
Timeout Searcy Lions. Maybe get this defense a little bit of a breather, make sure their plan is going exactly as they expected. Everybody knows what the plan is. But that was a good run by Penn. It's always good to see him run because he really is electric. When he has the ball in his hands, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, just an explosive football player. Anytime he touches it, he can take it to the house. And with 4 minutes and 37 seconds left, the Bears are looking to just drive this ball the length of the field and score, with little time left on the clock and walk out of here with a win.
The Bears are going to begin this set of downs at about the 37-yard line. Plenty of time on the clock to get a score. Tyner under center. Titus Stout right behind him in the backfield. Tyner takes a snap, keeps it himself up the middle. Falls forward for about 2 yards right there. There wasn't really anything going for him on that play.
Yeah, not much going for him. He did the right thing, though. Didn't try to, make a big play and end up taking a big loss. He just lowers his pads, puts his head down, and picks up a yard or two to give his team a chance here on second down.
Tyner under center again. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff up the middle. Ball goes on the ground somehow. But luckily, Tyner falls on it right there. Not sure what happened right there. Seemed like the ball might have just slipped out of Tyner's hands when he was, looked like maybe he was going to fake a pitch or he was going to pitch it. I'm not really sure. Luckily, he falls on it about the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for a fake pitch, just like he said, or maybe trying to pitch it and didn't have a good grip on it. And, yeah, he just dropped that football. Very fortunate to get it back.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle, and it's going to be met in the backfield. There's just nowhere to go for the Bears offense.
Yeah, Lions were all over that one. And it's going to put the Bears in a very tough situation at 4th and 12. We'll see what Chris Hill elects to do. He does have 3 timeouts, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, but it looks like he's going to go for this one.
It's going to be a timeout, Sylvan Hills, and they're going to think it over and decide what they're going to do on this 4th down right here.
Yeah, so I think that's our answer. You know, I think we're gonna see Sylvan Hills go for this. You know, if you were gonna like to punt, you'd like to get the punt team out as quick as possible, get that punt off, and save those timeouts for when you're on defense. Since they've called the timeout on offense, looks like they're going to get their ducks in a row and come out with their best 12-yard play here to try and pick this 1st down up. And it is going to be the offense that comes back onto the field. We'll see what Coach Chris Hill has in store for this Bears offense.
Tyner lines up under center to take this snap on this 4th and long play. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the pitch back to Penn. He's rolling left, and he's got some room on the left side.
Oh, and he's going to get a terrible spot.
He gets a terrible spot right here. It looks like it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bears, unfortunately. Turnover on downs for the Bears, and that's going to bring this Lions offense out after a good attempt by Tyner on the left side. He rolled out left for a pass, but it was under a lot of pressure. Decides to scramble and gets about 9 yards on that play, and it just comes about a yard short of that 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, an absolute all-out effort for Tyner, and you can see Coach Chris Hill, he's not happy with the spot. You know, I guess he maybe stepped out of bounds and we missed that one, but it looked like he was at least a yard or two past the 1st down sticks before he went out of bounds. But nonetheless, that's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's going to be Searcy Lions football with a 1st down on the Bears' 45-yard line.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson, who's met at the line of scrimmage and manages to fall forward for about a yard on that play. They're going to just try to keep handing that ball to D.D. Johnson and run this clock down as much as they can, I assume.
Chris Hill does have 2 timeouts left. If they can get a stop, they will have a chance to get the ball back. But you've got to get the stop first.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to D.D. Johnson, who's got room on the right side. He gets all the way up, and he's going to be gone for a touchdown. All the way up the right sideline, D.D. Johnson runs it in for a touchdown, and that touchdown is going to be brought to you by Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending.
Yeah, and that's a backbreaker if you're Sylvan Hills. So that's pretty much going to be the football game right there.
2 minutes left in this ball game, and that is just a dagger to the heart for the Bears. And I'm not sure if they can come back from this one.
Yeah, I think in my opinion the Bears get a bad spot on that 4th down play. Ball goes back to Searcy, and 2 plays later they're back in the end zone to extend this lead to 12 pending an extra point.
It's going to be offsides on the Bears right here. My mistake. It's going to be a false start on the Lions, and that's going to push them back to make this a longer PAT attempt. They attempt this PAT, and it is good. The Lions are good on the PAT. And that's going to leave the score at 33-21 Lions with 2 minutes left in this ball game.
All right, so if you're Sylvan Hills, you now need 2 scores to win this game. With 2 timeouts, you're not totally out of it, but you're going to need, you're now in onside kick territory, and you're definitely going to have to come out and throw this ball and try and pick up some chunk plays. Because without a few big plays, this time's going to expire on the Bears, and the Lions are going to leave here with the victory.
If you're the Lions here, I'm not sure if you're going to want to kick it deep to Cleo Penn. That would be the last guy I'd want to kick it to right here. But then again, if you don't kick it to Cleo Penn, there's a good chance they get really good field position and could get a quick score. So I'm not really sure what the Lions will decide to do right here.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe the Bears get creative on this return. Maybe try to run some type of reverse, get one of the scores here.
They kick us up, and they are going to kick it deep. Cleo Penn is going to get under it at about the 10-yard line. He's taking it up the field on the right side, and he gets taken down at about the 32-yard line. It's going to leave about 1:57 left on this clock after the kickoff return. So let's see what this offense is going to do when they come out here on this field. Tyner under center, takes the snap, pitches it back to Joseph Thompson. Joseph Thompson on the left side decides to cut it back and gets mad at the line of scrimmage. It's slowing down for no gain on the play.
Yeah, Joseph Thompson, I think, is looking too much to make the big play on that one, and he's just got to get his foot in the ground and get north and south, pick up a few yards for your football team and come back on second down. Not every play's got to go for a touchdown. But that's something that the young sophomore he'll learn and get better at.
Tyner takes the snap, runs it to the right side, pitches it back to Penn. Penn on the right side has some room, gets it all the way up to the 40-yard line, cuts it back to the left side, all the way to the left side, 10, 15, 20, touchdown, Cleo Penn, but there's a late flag. There's a late flag running down the field. I'm guessing it's going to be holding on the play, but we're going to see.
Yeah, this is interesting because this referee dropped this flag right in front of the Searcy bench. The play was so far away at this point. I'm really interested to see what this call is. Is he and a Searcy Lions coach were having some sort of discussion, and he dropped the flag right there on the sideline. We'll see what the call is. I think it was a sideline warning.
The score will stand. Touchdown, Cleo Penn, after a great run up the right sideline. That is exactly what you needed if you're this Bears offense, and that's going to bring on Rivera out to attempt this PAT. That touchdown is brought to you by Dio Vanucci and Cornerstone Home Lending.
Not out of it yet. Get this PAT through the uprights, and it'll be time for onside kick.
Rivera with the kick. And it is good for the Bears, and that's going to put the score at 28-34. 28-34 Lions with about 1:11 left. And just like you said, they're going to have to bring out this onside kick team. But as we saw last week, they recovered an onside kick, so they know what they're doing on the onside kicks side of the ball.
Yeah, last week was a little different situation. They kind of hit them with the surprise onside kick last week coming out of the half. But this week, everybody in the stadium knows what's coming. So it'll be interesting to see, do we go with Rivera, who's shown, he's been very nice on the PATs, or do we go with Gonzalez, who's been putting it deep in the end zone all night? It'll be interesting to see who Chris Hill trusts more to get a good onside kick. And, furthermore, what kind of style is he going to go for here? Is he going to try that pooch kick we saw in the first half, or maybe the more traditional, try and get the high bounce?
If I remember correctly, last week it was a Just kind of a pooch, if I'm not mistaken, but it was just a perfect kick from Gonzalez.
So there must have been a penalty assessed because the Bears are going to kick off from the Lions' 45-yard line. And unlike the NFL, you do get a 5-yard head start here in high school football. So, there's a very good chance that this ball is able to get recovered by Sylvan Hills, and we'll get exceptional field position if they are able to come up with this ball. And it is going to be Gonzalez with the kick.
Gonzalez with the kick. It's a good onside kick. It banks a bounce, and I think Sylvan Hills has it. It was in a Sylvan Hills player's hands, and it falls out, and the Lions end up falling on it.
Oh, what a kick right there, Gonzalez. You can't ask for a better bounce than that. And, yeah, you're right, Jake. It looked like Sylvan Hills went up and made the play. We'll see if we can see on the replay what happens here. Oh, and he's just not able to come down with it. It's raked out on his way down, and the Lions are going to retain possession, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions with 1 minute and 10 seconds left of this football game.
So 2 timeouts for Chris Hill right here. I believe if the Lions get a first down right here, I believe the ball game's probably going to be over.
Yeah, they're just going to be able to kneel this one out, I believe.
Strickland takes the snap, hands it off to the right side to D.D. Johnson. D.D. Johnson is going to cut it up the right side, and he's going to still going down the right side all the way up to the 20-yard line, and that's going to be a flag on the play as well. I think a horse collar at the end of that one, and that is going to be a first down for the Lions right there. That first down is brought to you by the Medicine Shop. I believe that's going to put an end to this ball game right here.
Yeah, that's going to be half the distance to the goal. This is going to give them 1st and goal from about the 10-yard line.
That looked like all jersey to me, but if that's what they...
Nonetheless, that call's not going to matter. The Lions are going to be able to kneel on this football and leave Bill Blackwood Field with their first win of the season. And I believe the Searcy Lions have just earned themselves a sideline penalty. And, rightfully so, the head coach is on the hash marks trying to talk to the official. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lions. And if I didn't know any better, I would think the Lions are getting ready to lose this football game by 6 points, as their coach is pretty fired up about something down there.
I'm not really sure what he's fired up about, but he sure is fired up. He's getting held back. He was getting held back earlier, and they are still having a discussion right now. It's going to be a second and really long right here. The ball is at the 30-yard line. The Lions are now in victory formation. Strickland is going to go ahead and take a knee on this play.
Yeah, it looks like we'll just have one more snap and kneel on this one. And that will be all she wrote here tonight.
Strickland with the snap and the final knee of the ball game with 7 seconds left. That's going to run this clock all the way down. I want to thank you guys for joining us for this for our PCSSD Sports Network Game of the Week. That's going to do it for our ball game. Stay tuned for our post-game show when we will announce our player of the game.
Let's see if we can make work here. And it looks like Rigo is looking left to Pierce, but the pressure is back there. He rolls out. He throws the ball to Jabray. No, is that? Maybe it's going to. Nope. He drops back. Rigo drops back. And he pitches the ball to Jabray. He makes a play. And Jabray gets out of bounds.
Picks over here on the near side. Here we go. Gurney's going to kick it to Reddix. He'll have a return opportunity at the 17. Across the 25, he's got a big hole. Now across the 45, and they're not, I don't know. I don't want to say, and they're not going to catch him. 20, 10, 5, give him 6 as Reddick scores the cornerstone touchdown.
Going to be brought out. He's going up the middle. He's got all sorts of room. Gonzalez is running to tackle him, and he can't catch him, and he's off to the races. 1 to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Panthers. Runs back the kickoff. Woolbright with the snap. Throws it right for a double pass down the right sideline, and it is caught. An amazing catch right there by
Team Pierce out wide. He will be getting bracketed, but I say send him on a curl, but they can't, and he runs a post instead. Rigo goes deep, and he finds a receiver, and that receiver is running the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, the touchdown! And him and Anton Pierce were in a foot race.
5 yards ahead for a 1st and 5 after a neutral zone infraction. He hands it off to Russell. Russell up the middle, all sorts of room, and he's not going to be caught all the way to 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. Braylon Russell showing why he is going to Arkansas, because he is just an amazing
coverage there. It looks like they have inside leverage on all of the receivers. He drop backs here. He takes a
goes
shot.
Deep on 2 players, and he caught it in between Pierce and Jabray Shaw. Man, that was a catch, and that was a throw. Nice pitch and catch. Kind of
Then comes out 5 wide.
5 wide. Looks like they're going to go deep right here. Woolbright chunks it left. It's going to be a double pass. Wide open down the field is number 5, who catches it. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, the Panthers. After a double pass works to perfection for them. Welcome back, Bears fans, to our post-game show. Want to go ahead and give some updates on some scores on our other PCSSD networks. Let's start with Mills. Mills is leading Chapel Hill, or Watson Chapel, 42-14 with about a minute and 30 seconds left in this fourth quarter. If you want to check them out, you can just go ahead and look up Mills Sports Network on YouTube, and you can find their channel. And then let's get to our next game with Joe T. Robinson. Joe T. Robinson won 58-14, and you can also find them at Joe T. Robinson Sports Network on YouTube. Well, now it's time to announce our player of the game. Our player of the game is Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris ran for 111 yards on 17 attempts and ended up scoring two touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, more of the same from the workhorse, Dylan Harris. It's always going to lead the team in carries, and just a really good performance for him tonight, finding the end zone twice. Just a pleasure to watch him play football. I love the way he runs the ball, just physical and is never going to be brought down by one man, and you always got to appreciate that from him.
Absolutely. Just a great night from Dylan Harris, as we've seen in the first 3 weeks. Well, let's go ahead and talk about some of our other games to watch, and let's just go ahead and update you on the Benton score. Catholic is leading Benton 38-14 on the night with in the fourth quarter. And that's gonna be it. Just want to go ahead and thank our crew tonight for bringing the action from up top on the press box tonight was Valerie Haley. On the field cam tonight was Patrick Haley, and on production was Will Watkins, and of course my broadcast partner Dylan Davis. This is Jake Hall. That's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Thank you for joining us for Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by the Natural State Sports. If you aren't already, please subscribe to each of our school's network channels on YouTube and give us a broadcast. Give this broadcast a thumbs up, please. Thank you, guys. Let's give a thank you to our sponsors, starting with the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, located at 3836 JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock, Arkansas, 72116. You can call them at 501-758-1010. or reach them at www.northlittlerock.medicineshop.com. And then we want to go ahead and say thanks to Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending at 1701 Centerview Drive, Unit 200 in Little Rock, Arkansas, 72211. You can reach him at 501-303-4050 or go to the website www.loansbydio.com. Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home at 10 Maumelle Curve Court, North Little Rock, Arkansas, 72117. You can call them at 501-214-0495 or reach them at www.akelscarpet1.com. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys for joining us.